Welcome to the making of with Malbin and Jimmy Choo. We were in discussions with Jimmy Choo to do a collection. It's been a little over a year and a half, I think we started these conversations, and part of that was, really bridging a luxury brand like Jimmy Choo with a heritage in luxury goods, luxury footwear specifically, and the demand for stylish, high-end product for our customer base, based in all over the world, but a lot having to do with our popularity in the Asia demographic. And we felt like we wanted to work with a brand that spoke to a customer in a different way than we do, and to a different customer, but also really inflict the experience of our golf.
Certainly most people think of Jimmy Choo as glamorous, red carpet, event, and totally, utterly dressing up. But this contrast of getting dressed is totally interesting, because you do need to change your shoes in terms of playing the game of golf. And for me, that is the contrast that I was really looking for, to be something that's different and completely opposite to dressing up. You're still dressing up, but you're dressing up for something, for a sport. And I love the fact that when you think about glamour, most of the time glamour sits into like a metropolitan place. But when it comes to a sport, this is about green, open air, you're walking for miles. So that contrast is very senses driven. So it's a different kind of glamour, and it's the playful side of making something a bit more fun, but getting dressed, and at the same time there's some kind of uniform.
Jimmy Choo is a glamorous brand, so it was fun, but also very interesting to work on something that is not part of our DNA, because it's something very technique, and we needed to also to find a way to do this proper golf bag, for example, this shoe case. That is something that I never done before. I never worked on a golf bag. And also with the support of our team in Italy that create these beautiful items that you can see in the capsule, and also some golfers around the office in Italy. We did this beautiful capsule, I have to say.
I essentially project managed this collaboration, which means that I was the conduit between our internal team here at Malbin and Jimmy Choo team. So really just making sure that both teams are getting exactly what they need from each other, and like managing asset delivery and approval process and events, and making sure we're staying on schedule and all of that fun stuff.
So we really wanted to do stuff that was out of the ordinary when it came to golf products and footwear. So something that is one of like the keystone pieces of this is this really, really amazing blinged out golf shoe. I think this is a really specific customer, and when we were designing this with Sandra and the team, we both were like, we want to know this person who's going to wear this shoe, because she seems like a lot of fun. So I think this is just like one of the items, and that is definitely one of the standout pieces. But then we obviously had to do a golf bag, and this is one of the jacquards that Jimmy Choo uses very often in some of their products. And I thought it was just really a strong piece to have in our collection with matching head covers. So when you roll up to the course, people know that you should be taken seriously.
For a long time, golf was really regarded as a very conservative sport, and I think it probably didn't appeal to a lot of people for that reason. And what Malbin has done that's been so genius is really brought this disruptive spirit to not only the game, but the conversation around style as it relates to golf. And you see a lot of younger people and women being drawn to the sport now. And what I love about the mashup between the two brands is that you see the irreverent, playful, glamorous nature of Jimmy Choo really play off the fun and irreverent style of Malbin. And it resulted in a collaboration that I think allows people to feel that they can play the sport without compromising any of their personal style.
I think, you know, us kicking back and forth designs as to what the collaboration will look like, and kind of like taking our concepts and then refining them and then bouncing them back, and then we would do the same, and we ended up getting into like this really collaborative spirit where, you know, we both felt really happy with the final product. Obviously, like one of the, you know, design opportunities here was to take, you know, the Diamond Maxi, which is, you know, one of Jimmy Choo's most like iconic sneaker silhouettes, and outfitting the outsole to be course ready with the, you know, these grooves for grip.
What's the nice thing about this is the craftsmanship in this collaboration. So on the trainer itself, we specifically chose a trainer that has been working really well for us. It's quite simple, but the identity really comes from the design of the sole. So, and it's called a Diamond Maxi. That sole itself has a personality of multifaceted, and when we study and making sure that the functionality of these shoes can work on in the field when you play golf, we decided to actually invest into a different plate to make sure that the bottom layer of the sole has a specific design that is made out of a multifaceted pieces of diamond shape to give the grip to actually function.
So another unique thing about our experience working with Jimmy Choo is that the team that we were working directly with was all female led. And that's really unique, you know, being at a company that exists within the sports world, you don't see that very often. And everyone on that team is just absolutely incredible at their job. And so being able to work with a team like that was really inspiring.
The key design elements were the combined use of the Malbon logo with our JC repeat. So we played around the M of the Malbon, that is also in the Jimmy Choo, and combined with our JC repeat, that is the pattern all over logo, and the placement of the buckets. And we spent a lot of time to understand how we could put the script, the logo, the Malbon Jimmy Choo all together to create something that can work.
Some of the pieces that I'm really excited about as well is this head cover, which is a little more, I'd say, discreet than some of the other pieces, but we wanted to have a range of different designs that could speak to different people who, you know, some people have, I guess, more low-key style, but if you look closely, there's the Malbon logo and then the Jimmy Choo logo intertwined in this all over print. And, you know, it was nice because a lot of times when we work with collaborators, there's a lot of restrictions on coming together and creating a co-branded experience visually. And Jimmy Choo and the team were so excited about the opportunity to have buckets with the Jimmy Choo hat and really integrate the logos together in, you know, the best and most playful way possible.
One of Sandra's ideas that I thought was really fun was to take buckets and use them as a chenille patch across all of the denim jacquard styles, which I think is very playful and unique to like seeing such a, you know, refined and such an atypical application for, you know, the typical denim jacquard that Jimmy Choo uses. And so you'll see that across like our headwear, you'll see it on like the accessories, you'll also see it on the denim jacquard mules.
There's so many different elements that go into collaborating between two brands because it's really important that you honor and respect the unique DNA codes of each brand while also trying to create something that will seamlessly blend into a reflection of both and appeal to both customer bases and hopefully also grow new fans from both sides. So it's really quite involved.
I think one of the interesting theory to collaboration, especially with this one, is the Melbourne team. I met them back once in LA, but the rest was really done by screen. So they're based in LA with a time zone. So all our meetings that always happen either late an hour day or they're on the road Eliana and I are based in London. So the design studio is in London with the team itself. And the make of our product is 95% is in Italy. So that's another time zone. And then the trainers are made out of Asia. So between all of the communication, this is how a modern world kind of like really helped the project. I mean, there's a lot of samples and swatches being shipped around, but between every single part, we still kind of really enjoy the simplicity of the project.
We feel super fortunate to be able to work with a prestigious brand like Jimmy Choo. You know, they're a massive, globally recognized name, and despite our growth the last few years, we're still very much like a LA homegrown mom and pop shop at heart. So for us to have the opportunity to work with a company of such stature has been really inspiring and has kept us challenged in amazing ways, and it really just helps us to reach a whole new consumer. So that's exciting for us.
I actually had the opportunity to go to meet with the head designer Sandra in London and the CEO, and I spent time just getting to know the team, working with them, and they're all just really, really inspiring women who love what they do, feel very strong, and so it felt really exciting. And I think part of their initiative is to grow the brand in more of men's sector as well. So I think it was a really good marriage of brands that spoke to both women and men and had different backgrounds, but could come together for this unifying ground, which was golf.